So I got my first ever W on the sneakers app, and after having these in hand, I'm actually not as excited as I thought I was gonna be. What's up YouTube? For this video, I wanna do a quick review on these Air Jordan 6s and the Travis Scott collaboration. Usually when it comes to the sneakers app, I only go for sneakers that I really like and I'm genuinely interested in. Otherwise, if it's just a colorway that I don't like at all, or if it's just another sneaker that I have no interest in, then I usually just let it go. I've always liked the Air Jordan 6 model and silhouette. I've always been a fan of the Carmines and the Olympics, to say the least. Those are probably my top two colorways of the 6s, but of course I've never been able to score either of them. But these are no different. I really liked how they looked in pictures, and I just had to try for them. I woke up that morning, had to go to work, but in my mind I just thought another day, another L. But lo and behold, to my surprise, I scored on them, so here they are. So you can only imagine how hyped I was to score my first W ever on a random work day or work morning that I had no anticipation of ever winning. Fast forward to a little over a week later, these shoes finally show up on my doorstep, and when I went outside, the box was actually open. So you can also imagine with my emotions that I was a little nervous and sketched out, but fortunately the shoes were in there. So now that I have these shoes in hand, I just want to use this video to give a quick overview and review of these sneakers and also provide some resources in case you are interested in picking these up in the aftermarket. And in the end, also quickly talk about some styling tips or advice or just my opinions on how I would style these sneakers. So with that being said, let's get into it. First, let's start with the box. As you can see, it's a mostly tan box, and you have the large Jumpman logo in the crimson orange colorway. On the front of the box, you have the Cactus Jack logo. On the sides of the box, you have the Cactus Jack face, as well as the Jumpman Air logo. Little detail is that on the left side is a smiley face, and on the right side is a frowning face. And then on the left side of the box, you have the sizing tag. I'm just gonna post a screenshot of this tag again for reference for those who are looking to get help with legit checking and things like that. As you open the box, you are greeted with a crimson orange interior with this glossy finish. In terms of the tissue paper, it's pretty much plain. It's a plain peachy kind of colorway. I was actually expecting the tissue paper to have some crazy prints on it, but nothing here. And immediately you are greeted with a cool dust bag. This dust bag is a mostly brown / khaki colorway, again with the crimson orange Jumpman logo in the center. The rope drawstrings on this dust bag is also like a brown / bronze type of colorway. A bit of a shiny finish to the rope as well, which comes off as more of like a copper / bronze. Just a little detail. All right, now let's move on to the main part of the package, and that is the shoes and the 6s. There's a lot of cool details to talk about on the sneaker here, so let's start with the upper. A pretty good quality hairy suede spans throughout the upper here. The features that make these 6s special are the pockets that are included on the ankle padding here and here. So on the lateral part of the ankle, you have a button flap closure of a pocket or pouch. And there's actually a little surprise if you open it to see what's inside. As you pull open the flap, you are greeted with a smiling Cactus Jack face. And inside the pouch, they actually include a cool extra lace lock in the crimson orange colorway. On the medial side of the ankle is another little pouch, but instead of a flap opening, you have a zipper opening instead. Unfortunately, on the medial side, there's no secret or surprise in there. On the medial side of the shoes, there's also this kind of unique strap that lines the ankle padding, and to be honest, I'm not exactly sure what the function is of it, but it definitely adds to the militant / utilitarian / tech wear aesthetic. As we move to the front and the tongue of the shoe, the tongue is made of this darker brown ripstop canvas type of material. With the hallmark loophole that is featured on all the 6s, you have the Jumpman logo peeking in the bright orange colorway. And then as you move even further up, you have the lace lock, and the stocked lace lock is this icy clear, glow-in-the-dark type of coating. And then on top of the tongue, you can also see that it's the same icy clear colorway that matches the stocked lace lock. And in the front and top of the tongue, you can see the distressing details that lines the top of the canvas part here. Quickly moving on to the back of the shoes, you can see on the back of the left shoe, you have the Nike Air stitched in the crimson orange colorway. And then on the right heel, you have the Cactus Jack logo. And I like the pull tabs as well because they are also accented with the bright orange crimson colorway, as well as the glow-in-the-dark material. So apparently this lace lock, the tongue, and the pull tab are all glow-in-the-dark material, which is a really nice touch when you wear these in the dark. All right, now let's move on to the midsole. So as you can see here and here, this is actually reflective material. It'll shine pretty bright if the light hits it at the right angle. Another detail is that if you look closely at the perforations of the upper, deep inside those holes and perforations are also reflective material. So again, when light hits the shoe at the right angle, you'll see a lot of shine coming out. On the medial side of the midsole, you have the Cactus Jack face. And then towards the heel, you have the iconic air bubble in the crimson orange colorway. The air bubble is unique because it is surrounded also by a glow-in-the-dark outsole. So speaking of outsole, let's take a look at the bottoms. On the forefoot or the front, you have the Cactus Jack logo. Towards the midfoot, you have the Cactus Jack face and the big Jumpman logo right there. And then more towards the heel, you have Travis Scott name on there. Again, pretty much this entire outsole, aside from the Jumpman, is covered in glow-in-the-dark material. So I don't know if my camera will do it justice, but this glow-in-the-dark material throughout the outsole, the tongue, the pull tab, it's actually pretty bright and potent in the dark, at least when I'm testing it out. Again, not sure if the camera's picking it up and doing it justice, but these have a pretty good shine to them. Attached to my right shoe are 2 extra pair of laces. The stock laces are the khaki colorway, but the 2 additional laces are a darker brown and the crimson orange. Personally for me, I think I'm going to keep the stock laces on if I were to rock these. I just like the more subtle or the matching details. These, maybe the brown too, but I think the crimson orange laces would be too much of a pop for me anyway. Either way, I always enjoy it when shoes come with extra laces and extra options to play around with. Quick plug, but if you are interested in learning about the science behind how to lace swap your sneakers, I did a video on that some time ago. So click the card up top to check that video out after you finish this one. So my overall impressions of this shoe, I actually have mixed feelings about it. They definitely hold a special place in my heart because this is my very first W on sneakers ever. But actually having these in hand, again, I'm having mixed feelings because to be honest, I'm not sure if I could either pull these off, and I don't see myself wearing these actually anytime soon. I really like the quality, the colorway, the theme behind all of it. But again, at least for my personal lifestyle and taste, at least as of recently, I just don't see myself breaking these out anytime soon. The aesthetic is definitely very tech-wearish, very utilitarian, and I really like the features that separate these from any other 6s, let alone Jordans in general. I was brainstorming for a little while and I came up with some ideas and fits as to what I would wear these with. But again, I don't see it happening until pretty much like the fall time or just later in the year. Maybe if I go out to special events or again, just for the fall and winter seasons. But definitely not a shoe I'd be wearing anytime during this spring or summer. The other thing too is that as I've gotten older, I've actually enjoyed wearing more low tops and more trainers and retro runners type of sneakers. These being Jordan 6s are a little bit more on the bulky side. They're more of like an actual basketball sneaker, so not as comfortable and not as soft on my feet. But these are definitely more on that streetwear slash casual aesthetic. So I think I'm gonna keep these on ice for a while, but I really do hope to break these out sometime later this year, or maybe even, I don't know, we'll just kind of see how things go over the next several months. So if you have any other questions about these sneakers, let me know in the comments below and I'll help you out the best I can. So I would also love to hear from you guys. Are any of you guys Travis Scott fans? Are you guys fans of the Jordan 6s in general? And if so, what are your guys' thoughts on this collaboration here? Where do you guys rank these amongst all the other Travis Scott and Jordan collaborations? I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. If you made it this far into the video, please do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It'll really help me out. And consider subscribing if you're new. I make content on sneakers, fashion, and science. While you're at it, be sure to check out some of my previous videos. Otherwise, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Peace.